Okay, we're sitting here with Tiago Rocha. He is the owner of Garden Fight Center in Uberlândia, Brazil. This November he will be a third-degree black belt under the legendary Fabio Gugel. My name is Rocky Marcantoni. I know some of you were expecting Topez. Unfortunately, he had a little injury playing basketball, so he's not going to be able to be here. So I'm improvising here. So this is my first Facebook Live event ever, so hopefully I don't look too silly. So Tiago is a two-time Pan American champion, world champion of TRAPPbjj, Brasilia Open international champion, U.S. Open Brazilian tournament champion, where he got first in his division, second in the open class division. He's here to compete in the Masters Worlds at the end of the month in Las Vegas. He's going to be competing in the no-gi division. While he's here, he's doing a seminar at Rivalry Jiu-Jitsu in Fresno, California, and he's doing a seminar through TRAPP here at Ground Control in Colombia. So, Tiago, we talked a little bit about you competing in the Worlds. Can you tell me a little bit about IBJJF? Tell me how, tell me why you think they've had such enduring success in the jiu-jitsu community. What's it like to be competing with them over all the years you've been doing jiu-jitsu?
Ele está falando assim que ele estava conversando com você sobre o campeonato mundial e a IBJJF. Ele está perguntando para você o que você pensa da IBJJF, dos campeonatos que eles fazem.
A IBJJF é a principal federação, né, que vem organizando os campeonatos ao redor do mundo. Muitas pessoas vivem do jiu-jitsu hoje por causa da organização e da promoção dos campeonatos pela IBJJF, e eu sou mais uma delas, né?
So he's saying that IBJJF is one of the biggest federation out there, and he's saying that because of IBJJF, a lot of people are able to live through jiu-jitsu, make money out of jiu-jitsu, and that he is one of them.
A IBJJF já cresceu muito, mas eu acredito que deve crescer mais, e eu acho que o que falta é começar a pagar melhor os atletas, principalmente os faixas pretas, que são as pessoas que realmente vivem do esporte para o esporte.
And he thinks that IBJJF grew a lot, but there's a lot to grow, and he thinks that what is going to make that growth happen is them starting to paying the athletes better, especially the black belts, because almost all black belts that are competing on IBJJF, they live from the sport and for the sport.
So what you're saying is that there should be prizes at the end of the tournaments for black belts, and that should continue to grow and progress and make the black belts more like real professional athletes, where they're getting paid.
Ele está perguntando assim, o que você está falando então é que quando o atleta pegar e chegar no pódio, ele ser pago, né, e ser como qualquer outro atleta profissional, né, quando ele ganha, ele recebe, né.
É isso que eu estou falando. Eu acho que os faixas pretas, principalmente, que são as pessoas que vivem para o esporte, eu acho que eles devem ser mais valorizados pela Federação Internacional.
He's saying that the black belts, especially because they live out of the sport and for the sport, they should definitely be treated with more value with the federation and get more money through their results.
Athletes don't eat medal.
Yeah, he's saying athletes don't eat medals.
That's correct. Athletes definitely do not eat medals. And,
yeah.
And that's true. And I would love to see black belts. I've been a black belt for 10 years, and I don't. It's just now that I think people are starting to be able to make a living off of this. And you have a lot of organizations out there that have the intention, just their mission is to grow jiu-jitsu. Tell me about this. I didn't even have this down there, but tell me about the different affiliations and teams and stuff like that. You have some organizations out there like IBJJF, like you're an instructor at TRAPPbjj. Their mission is to not affiliate, just to grow jiu-jitsu as it is, do you think some of the way these teams are structured and set up is holding back the growth of jiu-jitsu rather than, you know, growing it as a whole and everybody just supporting each other?
You're saying different federations?
Different organizations, federations, large teams. Like, do you think that the way jiu-jitsu started, you know, having one, having this, that you have to always have your team, your flag, your representation. But everyone, one person's not allowed to train at this school. This person's not allowed to train at that school. How do you feel about jiu-jitsu starting to open up more, to where there's less affiliation, there's less lockdown on where you can train, who you can train with, rather just spread jiu-jitsu, grow it?
Ele está perguntando assim, se você acha que isso de ter mais de uma federação, de ter várias federações diferentes e de ter assim várias academias, assim, uma com a sua bandeira e, por exemplo, Aliança, Inglês Barra, Jeff Team, e uma não treina com a outra, e agora está mudando um pouquinho, como o pessoal vai visitar outras academias. Ele está perguntando para você assim, o que você acha do jiu-jitsu, se isso vai atrapalhar o crescimento do jiu-jitsu, ter várias academias diferentes, não deixando as pessoas treinar entre academias, e de ter mais de uma federação.
Eu acredito que é importante ter mais de uma federação, porque o jiu-jitsu não pode ficar na mão de uma única federação. Eu acho que quando tem a concorrência entre as federações, faz com que os campeonatos fiquem cada vez melhores e os presidentes das federações cada vez tentam fazer um evento melhor, e isso faz com que os atletas ganhem mais. Eu acho que a comunidade do jiu-jitsu ganha mais com isso. Quer falar isso já?
Yeah. So he's saying that in the question of more than one federation, he thinks that it's good for jiu-jitsu because you have competition going on between these federations, and the whole competition is not on one person's hand. So it's not only one federation doing it, and because of that and the competition between of them, the events start getting better.
The events get better.
Yeah.
The money gets better. Right?
Yeah.
The black belts start getting paid more money.
Yes.
But there are some amazing athletes out there, and it's starting to gain more popularity that everyone should get paid. I have a question about rules. So there's different rules in these different organizations, and I noticed a lot of difference in the progression of jiu-jitsu here versus you guys coming from Brazil. I see a lot more no-gi and leg attacks here in the U.S. So a lot of the U.S. organizations, the NAGA, for example, are a lot more lenient with those rules. How do you feel about, number one, the different rules for different organizations, for different federations and organizations, and number two, how jiu-jitsu is progressing differently in different parts of the world?
Ele está falando assim que muitas federações têm regras diferentes, né? Ele mencionou o Naga, que o Naga ele deixa o atleta fazer mais ataques, né, debaixo da cintura, né, com os ataques nas pernas e heel hook. E você vê muito assim cruzada de perna e heel hook aqui nos Estados Unidos muito mais do que no Brasil. Ele está perguntando o que você acha, assim, que o jiu-jitsu está tomando assim um crescimento diferente em cada lugar.
Então, eu acho que o jiu-jitsu ele cresce no mundo inteiro. Eu acredito que o atleta tem que se adequar às regras, e eu acredito que a regra, no meu ponto de vista, tem que ficar cada vez mais parecida com a parte de defesa pessoal, porque quando você vai lutar ou numa situação de defesa pessoal na rua, você não vai poder puxar o cara para a guarda. Então acredito que a regra tem que ficar cada vez mais parecida com a situação real de combate na rua.
So he's saying that like jiu-jitsu is growing throughout the whole world, but in the question of the rules, he said that he thinks that the rules should be more similar, and they should be more similar to a position in a sense that it's more like whenever you're defending yourself. So whenever you're going to be defending yourself, you're not going to be really pulling somebody to guard. You know, you're not going to sit on the floor. So he thinks that rules should be more to like a combat situation.
Okay, so let's go back to heel hooks, leg locks.
O que eu acho dos heels hook e dos leg locks? I think this is so important. Eu acho que é importante aprender, ensinar. Lógico que dependendo da faixa de cada aluno, iniciante com certeza não é o momento certo. Acho que tem coisas mais importantes para ele aprender, mas se você pode atacar um leg lock, um heel hook numa pessoa na rua que tentou te agredir, por que não poder fazer isso também numa competição?
He thinks that it should be allowed and it should be taught how to defend, but what he's saying is just like maybe not for the beginners, because maybe it's not the right moment, but he thinks that it should be allowed.
So less guard drop pull, less pull and guard, and more leg attacks.
Yeah. Ele pergunta assim, então é menos puxada de guarda e mais ataque nas pernas.
Sim.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Because you guys that know me know I like leg attacks when I actually get on the mats.
I wouldn't know that.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Maybe one day you will.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if I can ever get back there. So we talked about growing Jiu-Jitsu as a sport and as a whole. You're here at Ground Control in Colombia for a TRAPPbjj seminar. So TRAPP's pulled something together where they're actually able to pay the black belts, the academies for hosting, and not affiliate with anybody in order to grow Jiu-Jitsu. How do you feel about the progression from when you were one of the first professors on TRAPPbjj.com? How do you feel about the progression of TRAPP from just a small online platform to what they're doing today?
Ele está falando assim que a Trapp ela coloca seminários em academias sem a academia ter que ser afiliada com a Trapp, e ela consegue trazer dinheiro para você e dinheiro para a academia, né? E ele estava perguntando, você foi um dos primeiros faixas pretas na Trapp. Ele está perguntando o crescimento da Trapp. O que você viu no crescimento? Você viu o programa crescer?
Eu percebi que a TRAPP vem com um formato diferente de seminários, que com certeza todos têm a ganhar com isso. Os professores, os donos de academia, os alunos e a própria plataforma, que fica cada vez maior e trazendo mais atletas de ponta para dentro da plataforma. E eu acredito que isso está só começando. Eu acredito que em breve mais e mais academias vão fazer seminários com a TRAPP e mais atletas vão se juntar à TRAPP, porque é uma plataforma que está crescendo muito rápido e é uma plataforma que não pensa só nela para crescer, é uma plataforma que pensa no atleta, no dono da academia e no aluno também.
So he's saying that he saw a very big growth, and he thinks that it's going to continue growing really fast because everybody wins with the system and that the TRAPP platform put on, where the owner of the gym benefits, the student benefits, and the instructor that is going to teach the seminar benefits. And he thinks that a lot more people already came to TRAPP, and there's a lot more people to come to TRAPP. It's just good for everybody, and it's going to grow a lot more.
You were one of the first with TRAPP, so
yeah.
And this is your first seminar with them. So, hey guys, if you have any questions out there, please feel free to ask them. Hopefully, I've got this working right so they come through. So shoot some questions over if you guys have them. So, tell me about your preparation for the Worlds this year. What did you do? What was your process? What was your training camp like, or do you just stay ready all the time?
Ele perguntou da sua preparação para o Campeonato Mundial de Master esse ano, se você fez um camp, como é que foi, ou se você está sempre pronto, né? Sempre treinando.
Eu sempre estou treinando, porque eu acredito que para a evolução dos meus alunos é importante eles estarem treinando comigo. E logicamente, para poder lutar um campeonato mundial, eu precisei fazer um treino mais específico para esse campeonato. Fiz uma preparação física muito bem orientada nos últimos 2 meses, bem focada para esse evento. Mas eu sou um professor atleta que está sempre treinando e buscando a evolução diária, porque eu acho que o jiu-jitsu está constantemente em evolução e a gente não pode parar de treinar, cara. Então eu acho que para mim continuar no topo do jiu-jitsu e conseguindo competir, formando mais campeões, eu acho que é importante eu continuar treinando, para mim continuar evoluindo e consequentemente os meus alunos também continuar evoluindo.
He's saying that he's always training and he thinks that it's important for his students jiu-jitsu development for them to be training with him. And he said that for this specific tournament, he always stays ready, but for this specific tournament, he had 2 months physical preparation. So for 2 months, he followed like a program to get ready for this tournament. And I think that was it, right?
Yeah, I compete the São Paulo Open too, a couple weeks ago, and I feel good there. I'm winner, but so important. I test my game, and I feel ready for these words.
Okay. Tell me a little bit. You said you spent about 2 months, getting ready. Had a little bit of extra training. Tell me about a day. Like, what do you do to prepare during a 2-month time period? Diet, exercise, jiu-jitsu. How much time is devoted to what in your typical day?
Falando para você falar um pouco assim, por exemplo, nesses 2 meses de camp, né, que você fez, assim, qual que é o seu dia a dia? Dieta, preparação, treino, essas coisas.
Nesses últimos 2 meses eu fiquei bem focado na minha parte técnica, mas o meu dia começa sempre com um treino técnico de jiu-jitsu e vários rolas no horário da manhã, das 11 até 1h da tarde. E aí eu vou para casa, almoço, faço algumas obrigações de pai, né, que eu sou pai, marido, e às 4 horas eu volto para academia, faço minha preparação física. 6 horas eu já estou dando aula, 7 horas eu faço mais uma sessão de treino com os meus alunos. Na segunda e na quarta eu faço a parte de treino em pé, que eu também, né, sou faixa preta de judô, então eu dou um foco também nessa parte de quedas. E eu treino sem kimono pelo menos 2 vezes na semana. Então é uma rotina aí diária de aproximadamente 4 a 5 horas de treino por dia nos últimos 2 meses que antecedem a competição.
So he's saying that his typical day, of training starts at 11 and it goes from 11 to 1, and it consists a lot of like technical jiu-jitsu on the first one and several rolls. He said that he really looks towards the technical aspect, especially in these 2 months. And after this training, he goes back to his house, have food. And he said that he needs to has a couple obligations because he's a dad and he's married, so he needs to give attention for the family. And then 4 o'clock, he goes back to the gym and starts doing his physical preparation. And then 6 o'clock, he starts teaching again. He also said that 2 times a week, Monday and Wednesday, right? He does judo, and he said he's also a black belt in judo, so he does a lot of judo those days. And 2 times a week, he does no-gi training.
So this is a no-gi competition. You're not doing gi in the worlds at all, in the Masters worlds, right?
No, Masters is gi.
The Master is gi, but
Las Vegas.
Thursday have the Las Vegas Summer A-Dut Division. I will compete the no-gi adult division.
So you train both, for both?
Yeah, I train for both. I stay there. Why I don't try one more tournament?
I thought you had to roll with a gi in Brazil. They allow you to take that off over there?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay. Guys, I don't have any. If you guys have any questions, please shoot them over to me because I put this together last minute, so I'm running out of questions. Is there anything you want to talk about as far as what Jiu-Jitsu's meant to you over the years, where you started and where you've gone? Obviously, you've made a good career out of it. You have a beautiful school in Uberlândia. I've never been there, but I've seen the pictures. It looks amazing. So you've obviously had very good success over there. And tell me about your journey in Jiu-Jitsu from how did you start? What got you into it, and did you have any kind of foresight into how it turning into a career for you?
Tá perguntando da sua carreira, as melhores coisas da sua carreira, como você começou no jiu-jitsu. Ele falou assim que você tem uma academia muito bonita lá em Uberlândia. E ele tá mais perguntando assim como foi sua carreira, qual foram as coisas assim que mais assim marcaram sua carreira no jiu-jitsu.
Eu comecei na arte marcial desde criança, né? Eu fiz karatê, kung fu, e com 17 anos eu comecei a treinar jiu-jitsu em Uberlândia.
So he said that he always did martial arts since a kid.
Right.
He did a karate and kung fu, and then he started jiu-jitsu in Uberlândia whenever he was 17 years old.
Comecei treinando e competindo como hobby, e eu estudava, né? Eu formei em História na Universidade Federal de Uberlândia, e quando eu formei, eu era faixa marrom, e meu pai pediu para mim decidir se eu ia trabalhar com jiu-jitsu ou se eu ia trabalhar como professor de história. Eu já estava muito mais envolvido com o jiu-jitsu, eu já dava aula de jiu-jitsu, eu já dava aula de história também, mas a minha paixão era o esporte, era a competição. E quando o meu professor foi embora para o Rio de Janeiro, foi o Elan Santiago, que me deu aula durante 6 anos, quando ele foi embora, eu, por gostar de competir, eu fui obrigado a começar a dar aulas e ter um grupo forte de treino para eu poder treinar. Então isso fez com que eu aprimorasse tanto na parte de professor quanto na parte de competição também.
So he's saying that it all started as a hobby, training and competing whenever he was 17 years old, and 6 years after that, he became a brown belt after 6 years, and he already finished school, and he did history. So he had a history major and he got a degree in history, and he was already working, being a professor in the history, and he was teaching jiu-jitsu as well. And then his dad came to him and said, you need to make up your mind. What are you going to do? If you're going to still be a history professor, or you're going to start teaching jiu-jitsu?
Be a jiu-jitsu professor.
And then after these 6 years, his coach, Alan Santiago, right? So Alan Santiago is his coach, left Uberlândia. And that's whenever he started teaching over there in Uberlândia. And then he started focusing on his jiu-jitsu career.
And here we are. So, no one's even throwing me a bone here.
But let me ask you something. So, you started judo or jiu-jitsu first, and what do you see the benefits of your judo training for your jiu-jitsu? How does it translate? Eu tô perguntando, quando você começou o judô ou jiu-jitsu antes, e como que o judô te ajuda, se ele ajuda no seu treino de jiu-jitsu?
Eu comecei com jiu-jitsu, mas eu sempre gostei muito da luta em pé, porque eu acredito que numa situação de rua eu tenho que saber derrubar o cara que quer me agredir. E quando eu estava competindo, quando eu comecei a competir jiu-jitsu, eu sentia a necessidade de ter confiança na luta em pé, porque a luta começava em pé. Então eu fui procurar uma academia de judô para mim aprimorar a minha parte de quedas, para mim disputar os campeonatos de jiu-jitsu. Tive algumas participações nos campeonatos de judô, mas nada como o foco que eu tive nas competições de jiu-jitsu. E eu acredito que judô e jiu-jitsu é a mesma arte marcial. O que muda é a regra na hora de competir. Consequentemente, você muda a forma de treinamento quando você vai competir, ou um esporte ou outro. Mas, na minha opinião, judô e jiu-jitsu é same martial arts.
So he's saying that he started with jiu-jitsu first, and whenever he started competing, he felt the necessity to be comfortable on the feet. And whenever somebody is trying to, hurt you on the street in a self-defense scenario, you need to know how to put somebody down, take them down. So that brought him to a judo school. And he said also that he thinks that judo and jiu-jitsu, it's all the same. It's the same martial art. What really changes is the rule set. And because of the rule set, you train for that kind of rule set. So it's the same thing, but people train it differently.
Same but different.
Yes.
So going to takedowns and judo, because jiu-jitsu has historically not had the best takedowns. Some people like to cross train with judo and wrestling.
Yeah.
You do any cross training with Greco-Roman or freestyle wrestling ever?
Ele tá falando assim que o jiu-jitsu normalmente não tem muita, assim, não é muito
foco na queda,
não é tão bom para queda. Ele falou assim, muita gente vai fazer um cross training, né, com judô ou com wrestling. Ele tá perguntando se você já fez assim treino de wrestling, de luta greco-romana ou freestyle, né, de wrestling.
Há 2 anos atrás eu fui contratado pela academia de Tron em Fresno, e eu fiquei morando lá 4 meses para poder dar aula de jiu-jitsu, judô, no-gi e kids. E lá tem muito atleta profissional de wrestling que está tentando uma carreira no MMA, e eu tentei ao máximo absorver técnicas de wrestling, e treinei muito com os wrestling lá, a parte em queda. Inclusive até trocava aula particular de jiu-jitsu por aula de wrestling. Lá tem caras que são 3 vezes All American Champion, então eu aprendi muito wrestling lá. Mas a minha base toda é judô, que é uma arte que eu venho treinando aí há mais de 10 anos.
So he's saying that he did a little bit of cross training with wrestling 2 years ago. He was at the MMA gym Dethrone, right?
Dethrone.
And there were a lot of wrestlers, NCAA level wrestlers, and that he even exchanged privates with some of the wrestlers. I give you a jiu-jitsu private, I get a wrestling private kind of deal.
Fair exchange.
And he was there for 4 months, so he did a lot of cross training over there doing that.
How did you like it? How do you like the shooting versus throwing in jiu-jitsu?
I forgot to say this, but he said that he prefers judo. That is a martial art that he's been doing for around 10 years. Agora ele perguntou, você prefere jogar o cara ou você prefere shoot, né, que é quando o cara entra em queda no wrestling?
Eu tenho mais facilidade com os golpes de judô, com certeza, mas eu procurei aprender muita defesa dos ataques dos wrestling, até mesmo porque como eu venho competindo muito aqui nos Estados Unidos, tem muito cara que tem uma história no wrestling que está competindo no jiu-jitsu, então eu acho que eu tenho que acreditar nas minhas quedas de judô, mas ao mesmo tempo eu tenho que saber defender as quedas dos wrestlings.
So he feels more comfortable throwing with judo throws, but he practices a lot of defending wrestler takedowns because he already went against a lot of people here in the U.S. He competes a lot in the U.S. and he knows that here in the U.S. we have a strong wrestling background, and a lot of people who had strong wrestling background and then started competing jiu-jitsu. So he's always training a lot of wrestling defense.
Good. Okay, guys, if there's no other comments, then we're going to start to bring this to a close. Once again, Tiago Rocha here at Ground Control Columbia for a TRAPPbjj seminar tonight. Starts at 7 o'clock, so if you guys can still make it, we still have a few open spots, and we may fill up. It's getting close to capacity, but we're here. You can also see him on TRAPPbjj.com, both live in at the seminar, and also all the techniques. You can go there and watch. Once again, his school is located in Uberlândia, Brazil, called Garden Fight Center, and he will also be in Fresno, California at Rivalry Jiu-Jitsu. When's that?
Quando você vai estar no...
I will teach seminar this Sunday there.
This Sunday, he will be in Fresno, California. Very busy guy. So, once again, Rocky Marcantoni assisting Topez with work-play obsession, and slightly better looking, a little bit cooler, but a lot less prepared than Topez probably would have been. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, guys. Foi legal, cara.